Hello there guys, and welcome back to an incredibly exciting video. Just a few hours ago it was announced that we're getting an open world Star Wars game published by Ubisoft and developed by Massive Entertainment, the team behind The Division and The Crew. Yes, you heard me right, this is a brand new Star Wars game and it's not coming from EA, which all but confirms the end of the exclusive license currently held by EA. Now, if you guys want to stay up to date with all things Star Wars gaming news, whether it's this game or any other game in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, as I will always be providing you with news updates and plenty of speculation going forward. Now, this announcement actually came from Wired, who has spoken with Ubisoft and Lucasfilm, and no doubt by the time this video goes up we will have an official announcement from Lucasfilm Games themselves. The article states that this game is in very early development and that Massive is still hiring for the project, so there aren't a huge amount of details on it thus far. But Julian Geraghty, the director of The Division and The Crew, will be serving as the game's creative director. It's also not currently known when or where the game is set, and no release date has been announced either. And whilst I haven't played a huge amount of time on either The Crew or The Division, I have enjoyed my experiences thus far, so I am very keen to see what they can do with Star Wars. That said, neither of these games have experienced overwhelmingly positive responses from a lot of people due to a lack of things to do in the open world or due to bugs or whatever else. But I will remain neutral on this, and I cannot wait to see how it shapes up at launch. So this announcement follows yesterday's announcement of the new Indiana Jones game developed by Bethesda's Machine Games Studio, the team behind Wolfenstein, and it also follows the announcement of Lucasfilm Games 2 days ago. So despite EA no longer having an exclusive license for Star Wars games, they will continue to make them going forward, and it was stated by Sean Shoptaw, the Senior Vice President of Global Games and Interactive Experiences at Disney, that EA has been and will continue to be a very strategic and important partner for us now and going forward. He then went on to add that they feel as though there's room for others, which means that going forward we can only expect to see many more Star Wars games. Co-founder and CEO of Ubisoft said this about the announcement. The Star Wars Galaxy is an amazing source of motivation for our teams to innovate and push the boundaries of our medium. Building new worlds, characters and stories that will become lasting parts of the Star Wars lore is an incredible opportunity for us, and we are excited to have our Ubisoft Massive Studio closely with Lucasfilm Games to create an original Star Wars adventure that is different from anything that has been done before. James Waugh, Lucasfilm's Vice President of Franchise Content and Strategy, has confirmed that any new Star Wars game will continue to be canon just like EA's were in the past. And this of course doesn't mean that they have to be directly connected to anything else, but it's really nice to know that they are canon nonetheless. What's even more exciting though is that Lucasfilm Games Vice President said that we get no shortage of folks knocking on our door wanting to play with our toys. Toys obviously meaning the franchises that Lucasfilm own. He went on to say as well that ultimately we have final approval over everything, so this pretty much means that any studio and publisher can pitch their ideas to Lucasfilm, which could end up being approved for production. With that being said, hopefully over the next few years we will start to see plenty more Star Wars games being announced and released. With all this news in just a couple of days of each other, I'm curious as to whether or not we'll hear more over the next few days or coming weeks with regards to other details for more games, or whether it's some more details for this. But if we do hear anything, then I'll be sure to let you all know, so do make sure you are subscribed to the channel. To further add to this exciting announcement, Kathleen Kennedy, the president of Lucasfilm, who recently just had her contract extended, said this. As we look to the next 50 years of Lucasfilm, we look forward to continuing the wonderful legacy in games, which has introduced so many memorable characters and stories. These new collaborations will allow the Lucasfilm Games team to pursue fresh and exciting directions in the storytelling of Star Wars and Indiana Jones in imaginative and different ways than those explored by our films. Open world games can keep people playing for hundreds of hours, which, as Sean Shoptaw says, is that really leans into why we're doing what we're doing, because these massive entertainment experiences last many hours and much longer than films. Now I can only hope we'll see a great many things to do in this game, and it's still unknown as to when this game will be set, but when we hear more about this, of course I will let you know. That is all the news from me today though. Let me know in the comments if you're excited for this game and what your thoughts might be on what it is. But that is it from me today guys. Thank you all very much for watching, and may the force be with you always.